channel. This is Toto Bravo. Glad to have you. We're back on our Tillotson 212. We're going to go ahead and start the reassembly. First things first, we are going to do a good wipe down for any debris that may have gotten in there. You can see we have taken our crank here. We've put some assembly lube in here on the bearing, and on the end of the crank we've removed the governor gear that was on here. We didn't do that when we did our original governor delete, and we're going to go ahead and slide our crank in there now. Nice and smooth. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and reassemble our piston. So WD-40 might do the trick here. And I did have a brush on hand. I don't know that I need a brush. Let's see. No, I think a brush would definitely help, but we're making headway. Block back. Alright. Here's our piston, all cleaned up. Got our rod cap. So, first things first, long leg of the arm and arrow down. So, long arm, arrow down. And we don't want to shoot this across the room. So, make sure that it is seated and that the opening is rotated away from the opening there. You can see that it's solid right there. Let's get our piston seating tool. This is always a bit of a challenge because this isn't the best piece of equipment. All the way down and around. There we go. And again, that is the zinc ZDDP supplement. Alright, so there we go. Now this is always the tricky part. There we go. That actually was probably one of the smoothest piston installs I've done in probably the entire time. So you can see here we're on the crank, which is perfect. Long end down, arrow in its correct position. Piston looks like it's top dead center. We'll check all that here in a few minutes. Lubricant on our bolts for torquing purposes. I'm going to put a little assembly lube in the bottom of our rod assembly. And let's go ahead and run our first bolt in. And that one went in all right. Alright, let's take a look at this real quick before we tighten any more. Alright, we've got it torqued down to spec. Let's go ahead and see how we look as far as clearance. Find our top dead center here. So there is our top dead center. Distance from our piston to out of the so our piston sits at about 2 thousandths. So we'll use a 10 thousandths head gasket when we get this all rigged up. Keep it thin, see if we can benefit from the compression. So that looks good. That seems to be operating quite smoothly. No issues. Nice and loose. So next, we're going to work on some timing. Now I have a decision to make here. We have the original Hot 265 cam we've been running right here that is filthy. I'm trying to get all this residue off of, but this is our Hot 265 cam from Go Power Sports. You can see the lobes on that. I think we can, right? We're doing good, yeah. And then we have a new cam that was purchased that we're thinking about using. It's either going to be used on this project, which is the Mega Moto, or the Rascal build. But what we have here is the Tilitson 225 RS racing cam, and this is also a 265 lift, but I think it has a little more duration. It's supposed to have a little more duration. I don't think it's very easy to see there. I don't know if you can actually see the difference. Hot 265 Tilitson 225 RS racing cam. So I think we'll give the Hot 265 or brake. And I think we'll go ahead and install the Tilitson 225 RS racing cam in here. So let's see if we can find our timing mark. I believe that's it right there. So we'll come back a little. Timing mark is right there. And our timing mark on this one obviously is right here. We'll go ahead and put some assembly lube in the back end here, like so. And then once we get it in, we will, we always almost screw that up. Let's put our lifters in, or our lifter. Let's put the rest of our bits and pieces in here. Let's make sure we put these guys in first. A little more assembly lube. There's one. And a little assembly lube for number 2. Alright. So we got those in. I don't want to forget those. And we'll put this in here, and let's see if we can match up our timing. Oh, perfect right there. Timing lines up. Let's double, triple check. Yep, dot to dot's good. Take a little bit of the zinc additive, put it in here. And let's see if we get any binding or anything of that nature. Make sure everything's seated. That's seated, that's seated. Alright. Doesn't look like anything's hitting. Our next step will be our side cover. Get our side cover on there. Okay. Try not to tear any of this gasket up. Okay, there's one. Alrighty, our side cover, nice and secure. What's next? Well, that, my friends, came out much faster than I would have liked to have. And that looks good. We're going to go with a 10 thousandths, and we'll double check this real quick. 10 thousandths head gasket. And with a little luck, we don't have any problems there, huh? And let's go ahead and clean our head. There we go. All right. With that thinner head gasket, that should make a bit of a difference. Get ready to torque these down in a minute. So next will be push rods. Clean those off in the order and sides in which they belong. This is this side. This is this side, and that is our center. There's that. Wrong stroke end. Hold on. There we go. So we got the low end of the stroke. Here we go. Yeah, nice. All right. And then, last but not least, by any uncertain terms, interfere with anything? Let's see. Alright, so I think we're good. Let's do valve lash, and then we'll do valve cover. Tighten these bad boys down. See what we get. And 3. So, yep, good, and good. There we go. Alright, so our valve lash is set. valve cover's on. That looks pretty good. I don't think we'll have any problems out of that. I really don't. Alright. We need to find some place to put this real quick so we don't spill any fuel. Put our 265, hot 265 cam there. She's still not ready to come out on her own. Wow. Alright. So, keep the carb straight. Oh yeah, look at this, man. This thing is destroyed. Oh, that was a good call. For sure. Yeah, that gasket was garbage. 100%. So, let's get that bad boy started. This side should, in theory, go just like that side. Carburetor intake gasket replaced and good to go. So what's next? I'm thinking flywheel. Yeah, look at that. Listen for hits. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't sense any binding in there. All right. All right, let's tighten up the flywheel. All right. The flywheel is squared away. It's a difficult angle, isn't it? There, we're there. And what is next? Well, kind sir, what is next? Well, I think next we should go and do our coil. So, let's find the bolts for our coil. Let's get this ignition gap correctly set. There we go. Let's see if we get compression. We'll put in this new spark plug. Tighten that up. Good. I don't know if that's coiled up good or not. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're good. So let's see what kind of compression we get. Make sure that we are, in fact, getting compression. There we go. Nice. All right. Alright, so slowly but surely everything is coming along nicely. We're going to put a new gasket on for the exhaust also. I think we have two of those right now. I'm going to pick which one's better. This one looks better, feels better. There we go. Save that one for a rainy day. I'm gonna put that on. Washer. Okay. Washer. Washer. $13. All right, there you go. Hopefully we caught all that on camera. I think we did. All welded up there. Not going anywhere. All right, so rotate that around without hitting a bunch of stuff. What do you say? Most awesome. And next, we do have the pull cord. All right, pull cover. Let's go ahead and mount this bad boy. A little worse for the wear. Let's wipe you down. All right. What do you think? There we go. Let's move you to the edge. Ignition issues. That seems on point. And there we go. That. Let's move this back into focus here. There we go. Exhaust bracket, Tilly. Good to go. So let's do a test pull. We should be good. Next, I'm thinking right about there. I think we're ready for oil. As I'm looking at our parts strewn here, I think oil is our next event. So we know we spill oil. That is a fact. We're going to get a little oil drippage. We're going to try not to, but it happens. So, where are we at? We're in the money. Got the money shot there. Bring you out. Set you there. ZDDP zinc supplement one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nice squirts. And we're good. Fram 10W30. And let's clean all of our possible contaminants out of our funnel. There we go. Do a little back up there. Alright. We will need probably another rag to handle any drips that we get. Hey, welcome back. We had to switch out memory cards on the camera. So in the meantime, we have, you last saw the engine up on the workbench. We've since carried it back to the bike, reattached to the engine plate on the bike. We've added this piece of sheet metal up here to kind of dress up the top of the engine, since the fuel tank's no longer there. We attached the juggernaut also. We've got everything set up, tightened on here. We still have to put on the protective belt and juggernaut and driven cover pulley thing here. We've got to put that back on. We've connected the fuel back up. We did have to replace the taper grips and the nibby throttle with an OEM throttle and an OEM hand grip. It's not the direction I wanted to go, but that's where we ended up. I couldn't get the nibby throttle adjusted tight enough to where I couldn't get the nibby throttle adjusted well enough with the current throttle cable that I have to where there wasn't any slop. But with the newer throttle cable that we did order, the Mikuni cable that we ordered from Go Power Sports, we were able to tighten up and make the OEM one more responsive than it was before the rebuild. So that is a change that you guys didn't see happen. So that's that. So you can see that the engine is in place. We are going to put the protective cover on here in a moment, and then I think we're going to wheel her off the table, and the next time you see us, we will be starting it up and making sure that it functions and doesn't initially blow up after our rebuild.